Like already said in the first part of the introduction, we are able to compare a couple of companies, in this case 2015 for Zalando, Tesla, Elecnor, EasyJet and USG People. All these companies have their own balance sheets, and if you look at the bottom of the graphs, we see the equities of the different companies. The equities are represented by the width of the individual buildings and the total assets. Some of these companies have an equity close to the total assets, and it means there is only a small part left for the liabilities. Others have a very small equity and a large part of the total assets is compensated by liabilities, because equity and total liabilities together is total assets. That's how the balance sheet works. So as a matter of fact, the size of the building expresses the gearing. A very deep, narrow building, seen from the front side of course, represents a company with a lot of debt on the balance sheet, whereas a company with a more square bottom part represents a company where the equity is almost the same as the total assets, so a little part left for the debt, and therefore a company with a lot of money and a very low gearing. Now, it's not the only thing, of course, having a good balance sheet. The revenue is also important, and then of course the profit. Here EasyJet has a rather large revenue compared to the equity. It's about 2 times the equity. If you look from the side, it's probably the same as the total assets, and a very healthy net profit. It's a thick green roof. For the energy company from Spain, Elecnor, the profit is smaller, and for Tesla we see a huge red roof, and it means the yellow part is the revenue, but the costs are higher, so the net result is a loss. Well, we know Tesla is an innovative company and it's burning money to get the products in the market, so they all have their reasons to have more profit or less profit or even a loss. If you look from the top, we are able to see the green roofs for 4 of these companies and the red one for Tesla. Now here we have even a more complex graph, because we are able to combine different companies for different years. I will zoom out a little bit to get a better overview of the graph, and here we see 2006 compared with 2016 for Tesco, PSA, that's Peugeot Citroën, E.ON, the German energy company, Maersk, the Danish transport company, and IBM, the well-known computer company. Now we compare them at the beginning and the end of a decade, 2006-2016. And what happened in this period? Well, Tesco is more or less the same. Maybe the balance sheet changed a little bit. Let's have a look from the bottom side. Indeed, the total assets are not as large as they used to be in 2006, but the real difference is for E.ON. Why is E.ON so different now?